against Muawiyah, revolting against Yazid, words, barakallahu fikum, to nullify. Words to nullify, as he mentioned, barakallahu fikum, was to nullify the bay'ah. Revolting against Yazid ibn Muawiyah was to what? Nullify the bay'ah. If one revolted against Yazid, that was to mean that he nullified his bay'ah. And whomsoever nullified their bay'ah, what happened to them? ماذا يحدث لهم؟ مات ميتة الجاهلية. He died the death of Jahiliyyah. He died the death of Jahiliyyah. Now look at this. Ibn Umar radiyallahu anhu, even at the time that matters was not pleasing to him, did he see fit to revolt against the Muslim ruler at the time? No, he did not. كذلك Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, when he was being tortured, when he was being sentenced and jailed and the likes of this, that when the people, they all came to him and they wanted to just hear a yes from Imam Ahmad, so they will flood the streets and revolt against the ruler, against the ma'mum. ماذا قال لهم؟ لا إن فيه فساد. No, because indeed it is corruption. وسفك الدماء المسلمين, and it is the spilling of the blood of the Muslims. That's the same thing Imam Ahmad, that's the same thing he say what here, that it is what? Whomsoever die, whomsoever revolt against the ruler, he has indeed broken the unity of the Muslims. He has broken the unity of the Muslims. So therefore this was the belief of who? This was the belief of Ibn Umar, that whomsoever revolt against Yazid. And we know what Yazid had done. Now none of these rulers that we accuse of being tyrant and the likes of this, they haven't killed no Sahaba. They haven't killed those who Allah promised them the Jannah. وَكَانُوا يَمْشُونَ بَيْنَ أَظْهُرِ السَّحَابَةِ. None of the people today that are as tyrant as you can characterize them haven't killed people that Allah has promised them the Jannah while they were walking on the face of the earth. While they were walking on the face of the earth, Allah promised them the Jannah. Promised them the Jannah. Are you taking the life of such an individual? Look at everything that the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam said about Uthman ibn Affan radiyallahu anhu wa ardah. But yet the Khawarij didn't have none better to do than to murder him. Look at what the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said about what he said about barakallahu fikum Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu wa ardah. Look at Abdullah ibn Zubayr. Look at the likes of this companion, but yet murdered. Right? Murdered. So Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma, he seen that the revolting against Yazid ibn Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan al-Harb was what? Was to nullify one's pact of allegiance. And of course, whomsoever die, right? Whomsoever die without what? Without the pledge on his neck, then he died the death of Jahiliyyah. Now it is important, alhamdulillah, to understand now what is the meaning of dying the death of Jahiliyyah. How were the people of Jahiliyyah? Because this is what he say, Mata faqad mata mitat al-Jahiliyyah. He died the death of people of Jahiliyyah. Why? Why? How is it this, barakallahu fikum, branching from the people of Jahiliyyah? I'm turning a blind eye. Aba Ibrahim. ايش؟ Mubtadi'ah? No, here he mentioned he died the death of Jahiliyyah. What is the point of reference here in regard to the Jahiliyyah? I mean, we studied this in Masailul Jahiliyyah. Akhi, be quiet. Hush, man. Well, Tina, I'm in trouble and I'm going to ask you to bail me out. That's all I need you for. Bail me out. Hassan? Abba Ahmed?
Yeah, he's not a Catholic, but he knows.
No, here. How did a person that didn't have pact of allegiance to the ruler, to the Muslim ruler, and he died without having the pledge, how did he die the death of Jahiliyyah?
Yeah, that's he's not a Catholic. He's not.
No, I'm not talking about what's the hukum, the ruling. Is a kafir, is not a kafir. Why did he say here that he died the death of Jahiliyyah? Muhammad Dukure. May Allah open all the gates of the Jannah for you. I mean, that's the point, but not the word pledge. Just change the pledge. Not pledge. Huh? No. Pledge and allegiance is the same. No, I'm talking about change. This is you. It's like you come in on the proper channel. Because the people of Jahil, naam, akhi. All the time. The people of Jahiliyyah will rebel against the ruler all the time. If it is not for them, they will rebel. If it is not for their tribe, they will rebel. Look at the Aus and the Hadraj. For over 100 years, they were killing one another. Just because of what from them is not to recognize the authority of the other one. Will never, barakallahu fikum, subdue himself to someone else. Not the term subdue for sake, but will not put himself as a subject to somebody else. Will not see himself under someone else. Will not see himself under someone else. Will not see himself under the rulership of someone else. This is something that is from the trails of the people of Jahiliyyah. From the aspects of the people of Jahiliyyah.
On Masail Jahiliyyah, I don't know, but what number is that particular Masail Jahiliyyah?
You got a book? I'll bring it to you, inshallah, after the class. You got a book?
It might be number 3, maybe.
Number 1 was the issue of shirk. We're going to check that after. I'll check the number after. I'll check the number after, inshallah, on Masail al-Jahiliyyah for you. Na'am. So this is how we understand that he died the death of the Jahiliyyah. Because the people of Jahiliyyah, they will not be under no authority. They don't recognize no authority. If that's not them, it's nobody. Na'am.
قال الإمام أحمد رحمه الله ولا يحل قتال السلطان ولا الخروج عليه لأحد من الناس فمن فعل ذلك فهو مبتدع على غير السنة والطريق.
Naam. And if you look at these points, why is it short? Alhamdulillah. It is for the simple fact that all of these points that we pass, alhamdulillah, from the last 5th point, or the last 3 points, was the other one was ta'atu walatul umur, right? Obedience to the Muslim ruler. That fall in all of these things, right? And we mentioned many hadith, barakallahu fiqh, the hadith of Ibn Abbas, the hadith of Muawiyah, Ibn Mas'ud, their hadith in regard to as-sam'u wa ta'a, having obedience to the Muslim ruler. وَلَوْ تَأَمَّرَ عَلَيْكُمْ عَبْدًا حَبَشِي, even if it is being placed on your authority, a servant from a slave from Ethiopia, that you have to have as-sam'u wal ta'a. You have to have hearing, and you have to hear and obey them. And after that, alhamdulillah, you have al-jihad ma'adin ila yawm al-qiyamati, right? That the legislated jihad is to be carried out until yawm al-qiyamati with the imam, with the Muslim ruler, whether he is evil or he is righteous. So that also, alhamdulillah, falls under what? Having as-sam'u wa ta'a for the Muslim ruler. that also fall into not revolting against the Muslim ruler. So see how Imam Ahmad Rakkaza, how he is detailing and concentrating in these points. Because these points, they are points that are very, very heavy upon the people. Very heavy, barakallah, upon the people. I mean, seeing the leaders doing things and you referring back to the text. Seeing the rulers doing things, not people telling you, but you seeing doing things, seeing them doing things. Right? Seeing the Muslim ruler doing things, you seeing it. And you turn around and to say, oh Allah, aid our ruler. Oh Allah, give him this. Oh Allah, help our ruler. Oh Allah, be pleased with our ruler. Oh Allah, rectify the affairs of a ruler. That really takes a strong belief, a strong methodology, a strong creed, a strong manhaj, barakallah fikum, to implement those things. It's not a light matter. This issue of as-sam'u wa ta'a in regard to the Muslim ruler, it is something that is very, very critical. And sometimes, ala al-asaf, you find from those who alladhina yantasibuna, the same word that Shaykh Fawzan mentioned yesterday, right? Those who they ascribe themselves to Salafiyya, you hear them talking bad about the ruler. Or not even talking bad about the ruler, but entertaining others to talk bad about the ruler. Listen, anybody got to say anything about the ruler in your presence, let it be dua. Let it be saying things, alhamdulillah, that is not negative at all. That doesn't mean that you are agreeing with what is being done of what is not right. It is not to say that you agree with what is done, what is not right. Because remember the other hadith that Imam Shaykh Rabee brought, right? Where the Messenger ﷺ mentioned that whomsoever among you see a munkar, let him change it with his hand, biyadihi. فَإِن لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَبِلِسَانِهِ. Let him change it with his tongue. If he cannot do anything, let him what? Change it with his heart. And this is the lowest of iman. So the heart is the individual that he hates this action. He hates what these actions. But he does not go to the limit of barakallah fikum, taking this or taking that, or try to overcome the ruler and the likes of this. So it is not permissible to fight. Yes. Hayakallah.
The actions and the person himself, and make it clear.
Say it one more time.
To hate his action and to hate him, to make distinction between the Muslim ruler.
No, that goes for everybody, not only the Muslim ruler. To hate the action, and let's say you find a Muslim, he doing munkar. I mean, you hate the fact that he's doing that munkar. Right? You hate the fact that he is doing that munkar. And this is barakallah fikum for a Muslim, whether he is a ruler or not a ruler. You hate the fact that he is doing the action. Meaning you're not condoning the action. That doesn't mean I hate him, I'm not going to give him advice. I hate him, I'm not going to make dua for him. Right? I hate him, I'm going to cut him off. I'm going to la kalam wa la salam. No. Right? But rather what you hate is the action, barakallah fik. Naam. Yes.
I want to know, whoever go against the Muslim rule,
Right.
is still Muslim, but if he die against the ruler?
No, if he die while being in opposition or while revolting against the ruler, he died the death of Jahiliyyah. That doesn't mean he's a kafir now. It does not mean he's a kafir. He's still a Muslim, but he's from the Usat. He is from the sinful one of the Muslims. That's number one. He's from the sinful one of the Muslims. Do we say he's from As-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, Sulaiman?
No.
Very good. We don't say he's from As-Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Because As-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, they will never ever revolt against the ruler. Never ever revolt against the ruler. But rather As-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, what do? They make dua for the Muslim ruler. They make dua for the Muslim ruler. And this is also where you find a person being racist. Allah